Sometimes your new girlfriend is certifiable in everything except insanity. Womp womp.
Hey!
Why, hello there, soulmates, and welcome back to another unfortunate case of movie. This time, we watched The Wrong Missy on Netflix. My name's SoulKeever.
And I'm Astrid.
And boy, I gotta say, I really love this movie. I didn't expect to love it as much as I did.
Right? I thought it was just going to be like your average, boring romantic comedy, like when the people are going in the RV and, something happens, you meet another couple, and maybe you're racing somewhere, or the RV breaks. One of those two things, maybe both.
I really thought this was just going to be another dumb comedy because, everything from Adam Sandler's production company usually tends to be pretty, but this was actually pretty good.
This was hilarious. I don't know why it's getting bad reviews. Y'all just hate women.
It's kind of mind-blowing that this is from the same studio that gave us The Ridiculous Six.
That movie was awful, and we shall never speak of it again. You broke the rule. Ridiculous Six is like Fight Club. You never talk about it.
I can't help it. I need to share my trauma.
You're just doing mouth diarrhea. Stop it.
I watched the movie like 3 times and it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts so bad.
Well, it's your fault you watch it like 3 times.
Well,
once was plenty.
I watched it once before and then I watched it twice to get ready for that dumb podcast.
It was dumb. It was a terrible movie.
So yeah, guys, this is a pretty good movie, and Lauren Lapkus had me just dying every time she was on screen.
Oh my gosh, she was a delight, and I would watch her any day.
This is the polar opposite of a manic pixie dream girl. This is the complete antithesis of every Nicholas Sparks book ever.
Right? Plus, I really liked a couple of her outfits.
I thought they were pretty tacky.
I know!
They were terrible.
I loved, she had this one, like, sequiny, sparkly, like, striped dress.
Yeah.
It was, like, purple and orange, maybe. Kind of like disco short, and she had those little, like, biker shorts under it.
Oh, God. Are you talking about the cocktail dress she wore to the party at the hotel?
Yes, when he tried to leave her behind.
Oh, yeah.
And she had to go swimming to catch up.
No, she didn't have to go swimming. She just went to the party, and then she got super drunk and started reading fortunes.
Oh, yes, excuse me. That one.
I was really taken aback by all of her insane behavior, Because one of the first things she does when she's introduced at the beginning of the movie, well, one, she tricks David Spade's character, Tim. I think, this is Tim.
Tim.
Yeah, poor Tim. He gets tricked into hitting on this girl at the bar that's not her because Missy decides she's going to play a prank. Mm-hmm. But then later he decides she's too crazy and he just tries to run away and escape through the window in the bathroom. And she slides very gracefully underneath the stall to ask, "What you doing, Tim?"
That shocked me. I thought she's full-on toothpaste sandwiches at that point.
Oh, man, I really thought she was too. I thought that she might stalk him over the course of this movie. This might be another All About Steve, I thought.
Right. It was really bad. Really, really against social norms to the point where you wonder how she grew up, but you never find out.
No, you don't really know much about her for most of the movie. You don't know much about either of them.
No.
And it really didn't help things when she mentioned that they had to leave the restaurant because she flashed him, the guy that Tim was fighting with at the beginning of the movie after she played the prank on him.
Yes, but she didn't flash him her boobs.
No, she didn't flash the boobs at this guy that was threatening Tim. She pulled out her knife, Sheila, and it's this huge Bowie knife that would make Crocodile Dundee blush. It's so big.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, the lady that she had texted him that she's hitting on was soups pregnant.
Oh, yeah. As soon as she turned her chair around, you could just see the massive bulge. So Tim kind of, raised an eyebrow, but that didn't stop him from trying to get his game on and tell the guy, nah, she's with me.
Right.
So you can kind of get the vibe that he's pretty desperate in his own right.
Yeah, that or he's just really awkward and is too afraid to lay out what he actually wants.
Yeah, I feel like he wanted to bail right then, but then he decided, no. I'm going to go through with it. I'm already here.
Right? Because what are you even doing out on a date, honey? Come on.
It's almost a godsend that Missy stepped in at that point.
Right.
And said, haha, gotcha. He didn't want to go out with Missy. And after about 2 seconds talking to her, nobody with any sense would, honestly.
Yeah, how bad is it when Missy is a less attractive blind date option than the, 8.5 months pregnant lady?
We're talking about a woman that goes into a character called Hellstar.
Yes!
And wears her hair across her upper lip as a mustache.
It's the best. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
And growls like a foul she-demon.
Yes! Sometimes she puts, leaves or something over her eyeballs, just like old Greg style.
Hey, Tim, why are you looking at me like that?
Yes.
Why don't you come into the hot tub and make Hellstar happy?
Yes, and then she'll
Yeah,
like
so just ululate her tongue.
Yeah, it's terrible and hilarious. It's the single least sexy bit of physical comedy I've ever seen a woman do. And I love her for it.
I don't know how I feel about her doing Hellstar sometimes, because, she would do it not that often. She'd do it a few times throughout the movie, and every time she did, my dick would shrivel up. And then I would just look agape at her and go, what the fuck are you doing?
I think the legend of Medusa may have actually come from Hellstar.
It would make sense. I mean, any man would turn to stone looking at that. Jesus Christ, Lauren.
I think that's the part that made me laugh so hard that my neighbor came wandering outside and wondering what was going on.
I really think that Lauren Lapkus improvised Hellstar. I don't think that was in the script.
I hope not. And I hope everybody was as genuinely terrified and delighted by it as I was.
I bet even David Spade was looking at that going, what the fuck?
Right? I picked the right co-star.
What is happening to me right now?
It's hilarious.
He's probably thinking back, man, this is a far cry from Chris Farley. Holy shit.
A far cry, but honestly, did we not climb higher into the delicious comedy tree?
Yeah.
And bit sweeter fruit.
I mean, Chris Farley never gave us Hellstar. He gave us Fat Guy in a Little Coat.
Funny, but no Hellstar.
I like that Hellstar is the measuring stick for comedy for you now.
I mean, come on. How many things have made me laugh so hard that somebody wandered out of their house to see what the disturbance was? The power of my voice.
Yeah, she was laughing so loud that she sounded like a dolphin midstream.
Tough but fair.
Yeah. She was so loud, so ear-piercing that her neighbor came out the door because we were watching the movie on the porch.
Yes. And he's like, what? What's going on? What was that? I heard a weird noise. And it was me.
It was you. And he was justifiably curious. See?
Hey!
Nice demonstration there, Flipper.
Hey, I can't help it.
Missy is not only batshit insane, mind you guys, she's certified in literally everything because she's taken so many damn classes. And by the way, I kind of was thinking to myself while I was watching the movie earlier, because I watched it again in preparation for this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering to myself, how the hell can she afford all these classes? Because it seems like she's certified in everything that you could possibly be certified in.
Maybe she has rich parents that we never met.
Yeah, rich dead parents, because she says her dad's dead. But maybe she got an inheritance and she squandered it.
Maybe. Did she squander it? Can you ever squander money on an education?
Maybe. If it's every cent to your name.
Well, gotta invest in your future.
She's certified in EMT training. She's certified in chiropractic care.
Yeah.
She's certified in hypnotism. Certified in... Well, what the hell else is she certified?
Marriage counseling.
Yeah, marriage counseling. That's the big one right there in the movie. That's the major plot point right there.
Mm-hmm.
And she's certified in probably a couple other things I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
Every time it's convenient, turns out Missy's certified.
There's one thing, though, that she was not certified in. And that was diving.
And that's why she went tumbling over the cliff and nearly died to impress Tim.
Yes, well, because the one time Tim lied about her was because when he thought she was the other Missy, because she's the wrong Missy, he's like, oh, she's a certified diver and a model.
Yeah.
And then she comes in like, can't let him down.
Tim meets another girl after his first date with Missy, and they bump into each other at the airport, this new girl and Tim, and they switch luggage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after they hook up in a broom closet, they exchange numbers, and then Tim has to go on this business trip, so he wants to get in touch with Missy and bring her along because he thinks, hey, this might be a great time to get to know this girl. And they get along famously. They get along better than anyone they've ever gotten along with.
Yeah.
So it seems like these two are perfect for each other, this girl that he just met at the airport.
It's not weird at all.
Well, guess what? This girl has the same name as the girl he just went on a blind date with, Melissa.
3 months ago, he went on a blind date with her. You only know 2 Melissas, and you didn't bother to put in a last initial or a last name?
Yeah.
Bruh.
So he decides to text Melissa, but he texts the wrong Melissa.
Yes, because you dumb.
And so Missy shows up at the airport after he flashes her a few dick pics.
Oh, yeah. She was like, show me that dick. And he was like, He just kind of raised an eyebrow like, okay. Okay.
And he did.
He did. Well, men always do. Y'all always do.
That's not true.
100% of the time, men will send the dick pic.
Yeah, that's true.
100%. I don't care who it is.
The HR guy even had some pointed criticism for all of his dick pics because the HR guy at the credit union that Tim works at has hacked into all of his social media profiles, even his emails, his phone, everything. He's gotten into everything, and he criticizes Tim for making his password so simple. He says, that's on you, bro.
Yes, what a gaslighting prick. I love it.
The HR guy is the worst. He's in all Tim's shit. He knows what he watches on Netflix. Right?
He's like, your mother's maiden name? That's on you. And then he made it something a lot harder, and he was like, this, though? That's on you.
Yeah, he knows the guy's mother's maiden name, and then he knows the guy's social security.
That's what it was.
So he just combined the two, and then he managed to hack back into Tim's stuff. Mm-hmm. Because Tim makes all of his passwords and everything the exact same.
Yep. Amateur mistake.
Oops.
Isn't he supposed to be like a banker or something?
Yeah,
Shouldn't he know something about security protocol?
He works at a credit union.
Bro, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. That's why he was going on about short-term loans and shit.
This is why you're single, man.
That's why he's single, because all of his shit gets hacked?
Yes, you're single because you are a big man baby who is too dumb to function.
Well, actually, it could be a huge problem depending on who you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. So maybe his girlfriend, his fiancée, because Tim was engaged in this movie before he met Missy. Mm-hmm. Maybe that was a reason they broke up. Who knows? Maybe she had enough of all of his accounts getting hacked, and maybe she was getting all kinds of texts from HR guy, too. Yeah. He's like, she broke up with me because she cheated on me. And she's like, I just started having sex with somebody who acted like an actual adult. Oops. Burn. Yep. She's like, I moved out and it took him a week to notice. It's weird that HR guy and Tim are kind of friendly. Despite him hacking into everything and keeping all these tabs on his personal life. Yeah. Kind of on a level of a stalker, if I'm being perfectly honest here. Yeah, that's how you know Tim is a lonely, lonely man. I mean, he's asking the Grubhub guy to come in and hang out, so you know he's lonely. And the Grubhub guy's like, no. I got things to do, dude. Yeah. Even Grubhub guy doesn't have any time for Tim. Right? You gotta be careful if Grubhub guy's gonna start letting somebody else take that order. I'm kind of shocked that he hasn't just said, no, I'm good on this one, bro. Right? You're gonna start having your Grubhub delivered by your local police officer. Maybe Tim tips well. He might. Maybe he tips so well that the Grubhub guy just shrugs it off and says, yeah, gotta deliver this weirdo's food again. It's Gonna ask me to watch The Affair again.
He tips so well because he's got an Office Space style scam going at the credit union where he works.
Ooh, yeah.
That would be clever, but he doesn't because he's too dumb.
He's too dumb to make his passwords any good.
Right?
It's not hard to make a good password, dude.
Too dumb to make your passwords good. Too dumb to text the right person and not notice over several conversations. You really gotta check who you're sending your penis to.
Why is HR guy checking out his dick?
How did HR guy not notice you're texting the wrong Melissa?
HR guy was probably about as invested as Tim was in checking that. That is not at all. I don't think maybe HR guy doesn't keep tabs that hard. Or maybe HR guy doesn't know which Melissa is which Melissa.
Maybe. Well, I guess your phone will let you enter two things exactly the same. I don't know, but based on his passwords, you'd think he'd be a little more detail-oriented, but maybe only in things that give him a boner.
Yeah, probably.
So he remembers the outline of the dick pics.
It is funny that he's a little fastidious in the movie, but all of his security measures are so crap.
Right? Because his character makes no sense. You can tell they didn't flesh these characters out.
Well, you can tell it's a movie made for Netflix where, they try to put on the airs of it being a big budget feature, but really we're looking at a made-for-TV movie, more or less.
Mm-hmm. This might be the first time I've seen David Spade play the straight man.
I think he played the straight man in the Do-Over with Adam Sandler.
Well, I guess, yeah, kind of. And maybe a little bit in, like, Black Sheep.
Yeah, he did that with his Chris Farley movies, too.
Mm-hmm.
David Spade doesn't do a lot of stuff anymore, I don't think. I think he only ever shows up in Adam Sandler movies.
And it makes me sad because I love David Spade. Like, Lauren Lapkus definitely shines in this movie, but David Spade, I've always loved you. You were, oddly, one of my first crushes.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
He's funny! And I've always liked blondes.
Okay, that's weird.
It is what it is.
I don't know. I don't even know how to take that. I'm not a blonde.
You are compared to me. You're like a honey blonde on the bottom. When the sun hits it.
I guess.
And then up on the top, you're a little darker.
Right.
You're brunette. So you've got like an ombre vibe going on.
Missy does some really crazy shit in this movie, doesn't she?
Yes, and I love her for it.
Like, for instance, Tim's boss wants to go on a shark hunt. So he takes all of his employees out onto a shark boat so they can go into a cage and look at some sharks. Because
Nice.
I guess this gives his boss a rush. And then no sharks are showing up once they finally go out the water. Of course, Tim wants to leave Missy behind because she got completely fucking hammered the night before.
Yeah.
And was reading everybody's fortunes.
And like how she told this one guy that he's gonna die. Like, didn't she tell him specifically you're gonna die violently in a plane crash? And he's like, we're on an island. How am I supposed to get home? And she's like, just ride with me. I'm gonna live for years.
And after she dives off the cliff, that's when she's completely passed out and everything. So Tim wants to just leave her in the hotel room and try to forget about her.
Yeah.
But she won't let him.
Nope.
She notices immediately when he's gone and gets dressed and just hauls ass out to the dock and runs for the boat, even though Tim's trying to disembark as quickly as he possibly can.
Yes, he's like doing the boat version of being the dick guy who's hitting the elevator close button and trying to switch floors before you can get onto the elevator, except it's like a boat, so he's taking the rope off the boat and like, hit the thing, whatever the boat version of hit the gas is. Go!
So they're out the water then, and she wants him to get in the cage. He doesn't want to get in the cage because he's claustrophobic.
Yes, but she's probably getting him back for making her dive off a cliff.
She actually tells him that if you don't get in that cage, I'm going to bitch slap you in front of everybody.
Oh my God, she did. I love it. She's a tough bitch. I love a bitch who knows what she wants.
Oh my God, she's kind of abusive.
A little bit.
She's kind of terrible like that. But man, he got in that cage, and then to improve his chances of impressing his boss, because his boss was real pissed off they weren't seeing any sharks.
Yeah, he literally was like, nobody's going home until we see some sharks. And it's like starting to get dark. Everybody's bored.
Yeah, she kind of just nonchalantly goes into the back, goes into the freezer on the boat, and pulls out some fish and chops them up into chum.
Yeah.
Because she's going to chum that water.
Yes. She's going to throw some highly illegal, chopped up bloody fish into the water. While people are in the cage.
And mind you, this is a terrible idea. There's a reason that chumming is pretty much illegal everywhere.
Oh, yeah, because it makes them think that you're food, and it brings them all in at the same time.
As Rob Schneider's character, with only 2 fingers on his hand, would say, it makes him go ape shit!
Yes! And they can smell blood from what, like a mile away? A couple miles away?
Yes.
Like a long ways. I don't think they see very well, but they smell like a dog, like a sea dog.
Yeah, they smell from a long way away, and they're gonna get your ass if you chum the water, dude.
Yup, yeah, because those cages, those are just meant for them to pass by. It's not like they're military grade, keep you from a shark attacking you cage.
No, they're just meant for viewing, and, hopefully the shark is not gonna notice you.
Right? It's like if your dumbass goes on a safari and you stick your hand out of the Jeep and a lion pulls you out. Like, that's on you. You chum the water and a shark eats you, that's on you.
But the thing is, she didn't even chum the water, really. She just kind of got some fish guts thrown on her because the captain of the boat, Rob Schneider's character, whatever his name is, I don't remember right now. He plays some kind of crazy character like he always does in these Adam Sandler movies.
I don't remember his name.
But he flings chum at her accidentally, and she just barfs into the water while they're down in the cage, Tim and his boss.
Yes, which was apparently the same thing, which implies that she drinks blood?
I don't know. Maybe she got some chum in her mouth or something.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, she threw all that up in the water, and then the sharks went ape shit.
Yes.
Well, there was one shark, but still, it busted the cage open and tried to eat both of them.
Yes, that shark went apeshit. Super apeshit.
There was actually blood in the water. I'm not sure how that happened. Who got eaten?
Didn't they stab the shark or something?
No, they might have. I just remember Rob Schneider punching the shark in the face.
Yeah, I feel like somebody hit it with something though, didn't they?
I don't remember.
It's not important.
No, it's not
maybe
important.
Missy did, and then they pulled out the boss because they weren't sure if that was the boss's blood.
Just blood mysteriously appears from nowhere.
Right.
But all is well, no one's dead. All that happens is that Missy has to give the poor guy CPR because she's certified in that too.
Yes, which, I mean, logically would have made more sense to say before they said she's an EMT. Because I don't think you can get that without knowing CPR. That's kind of a bare minimum situation.
Well, I don't even know how that would have come up because Tim broke his leg early on and he wasn't exactly gasping for breath.
I don't know. I'm not the writer for this movie. I'm just saying in terms of escalation, they done fucked up. It's really neither here nor there.
What does it matter? He broke his leg and they bookended it.
All right, I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Am I the only one that was rooting for the boss to have died?
I was kind of rooting for it too. I was low-key disappointed when he didn't bite it. Ba-doom-tsh.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
You shifty little bitch.
So, of course, since the boss lived, we got to go ahead with the talent show that both Jess Shepard, Tim's main competition for his president's spot at the credit union.
Yeah.
A.K.A. the Barracuda, A.K.A. Adam Sandler's wife.
Yeah. And they never explain why she's called... Do they explain why she's called the Barracuda?
I guess she's just really aggressive.
Okay.
They don't really go into long explanations in this movie. I'm just going to assume it's because she's particularly good at her job, and she really goes for it.
And it's not something fun like she bit a guy's nipple off once or something?
No.
Okay. Missed opportunity.
You watched the movie too. Did she bite anyone's nipples off?
No, I'm just saying. I feel like it's a missed opportunity in a ridiculous comedy.
Yeah, I guess, but maybe they wanted to save all the crazy for Missy. At the talent show, Jess Shepard and Tim are really the only candidates for the president spot, believe it or not.
Which makes it a weird talent show.
Which, yeah, it does, because it's a very short talent show. Tim's portion involves shadow pictures.
It was the single weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Of all the talents to put on display, it seemed like a very weird choice. Shadow pictures.
Yes. So they put up the big screen and they've got the projector light on it. And then they're all behind it wearing black and doing like a... It reminded me of Men in Tights. That scene where it's like the sword is raising and it looks like she's gonna like suck his dick sword. Remember that whole thing?
Yes.
And then like they reach in and they're pulling a bunch of stuff out and it looks like they're pulling out of his butt.
Yeah, they're... At one point, they're firing lemons out of each other's asses or something, and it just gets weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
They're just going through all the motions of making all these words first off, like best short-term loans, and then they go into another bit where they're making Eiffel Towers and signs and houses, and it was weird. I don't know what the point of it was, but then they go into Jess Shepard's bit, and then it's even worse than the shadow pictures.
Yeah.
And she goes into this weird, I don't know, it looked like a J-Lo cover or something.
I think it was.
Where she was singing the most horrid credit union inspired rendition of like what is it? The
She's
Right
got
Stuff?
The Right Stuff.
Yeah, instead it was called The Right Staff.
Yes. I mean, it was all about her. Whereas at least his was like a commercial for the credit union, a weird, uncomfortable commercial for the credit union, but...
But somehow it still played better.
Yeah, at least it did the assignment. She turned in a whole other project.
I think that if Missy had not hypnotized his boss during the marriage counseling scene before this...
Yeah.
To make him think that Tim was his nana, that... The boss would have still liked this a lot better, because at least Tim's was relevant, and at least it wasn't all about Jess Shepard.
Yeah, that was weird. If she was smart, she would have made it all about the boss.
And neither one of them really made it about the boss, but at least Tim made his about the company.
Yeah, which reflects the competency of the boss.
So, even without the hypnotism, Tim wins by default.
Yes, because he did the project.
Yep.
I liked that when she hypnotized him, she made him think that he's her nana or his nana, but also she did the thing so that every time Jess Shepard's name was said, he just started retching.
He looked like he was gonna throw up every time Jess Shepard's name came out. Every time he heard the name Jess Shepard, he went.
It was straight up baby doesn't like solid foods. I loved it.
It was horrible. And the escape word for the hypnotism was hairy werewolf vagina with yellow teeth.
With yellow teeth and... Was it yellow teeth and a tail or something?
I don't know. It was something like that. A tail? I'm going to say a twist. Which is almost definitely wrong.
Yes.
But I'm a man and I'm going to say it anyway.
All right.
Well, what do you say we go into our Amazon reviews for this movie at this point?
Yes, please.
As always, we've culled a few Amazon reviews from Amazon.com, but instead of Amazon this time, we've culled them from Rotten Tomatoes because Netflix movies aren't on Amazon. So we got to make some compromises, I guess you would call them.
Yes.
Anyway, our first review comes from Alyssa, who says, so awkward and funny at the same time. Definitely one of my favorite comedies with the gang. I wonder how their barbecues are.
Fair.
Probably very tasty.
Probably.
And
Especially when they're roasting each other.
And the three-ways probably go off without a hitch.
Yeah, as long as they're not elbowing each other in the face.
Yeah, because Missy tries to hook both Tim and his ex up with both of them. And it doesn't go well in the movie, to say the very least. He keeps kicking her in the face, and Missy keeps headbutting her, and she never gets any action. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Our next review comes from Mark, who says, I told my wife, you are lucky I did not meet her first. She told me good luck with that. Great movie. It made both of us laugh a lot. Thank you, cast and crew. And our last 5-star review comes from Michael.
This movie was so cringy and hilarious. Lauren Lapkus is so insane in this movie. Her character as Missy is like spicy food. The more you eat of it, the more you want. After the movie was over, my wife said, I could watch that again. I said, me too. She was like, no, I mean right now. That was at 11:45 p.m. This movie is so worth it as long as you don't take it seriously and enjoy other Happy Madison movies.
Well, it's true enough. You can't take this movie very seriously.
You can't, and I would totally watch it again.
You can't take any Happy Madison movies seriously if you want to have any kind of fun at all.
Fair.
To be fair, though, I did try to not take The Ridiculous Six too seriously, and it still sucked.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was also really offensive.
Oh, it was on a whole nother level, that freaking movie.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Never Wears Bra plays the Barracuda in this movie.
Yeah, because apparently she's cool with being cast that way.
Well, she did marry Adam Sandler, so I imagine she knew what she was getting into.
I guess.
Our first 1-star review comes from Trenton, who says, it's hard to put into words how terrible this movie is. If it had been written and directed by a 5-year-old boy, then it would make sense why this was funded and produced by Netflix.
Wow.
But as it stands, it's completely unexplainable. It saddens me that movies this terribly written and poorly directed are made, when that movie could have easily been put to better use, either to produce a high-quality indie film or just burned in the street.
Jesus Christ! Trenton, you can eat my asshole. I'm not used to defending the movie. This is a very strange place to be.
Oh, God. Our next 1-star review comes from Lewis, who says, there's absolutely nothing funny or inventive about this incredibly annoying comedy. Should never have been made. Netflix should create a new category for these low-bar productions. Someone got paid to make this piece of shit.
Hey! Rude! Very rude.
And our last 1-star review comes from Adam.
Shit. I don't know. It was slightly funny, but then not again for a while. Right when you're about to give up hope, something slightly funny happens again. This pretty much repeats until you realize it's hopeless and you just back out, remove it from my list, and give it a thumbs down. Well, don't you sound like you're fun at parties, Adam.
And all these 1-star people are probably miserable bastards.
Right? Probably misogynist assholes.
Reviews from Rotten Tomatoes, everybody. Thank you, guys.
Hey, we couldn't do it without you.
Yeah. Jesus. Well, what do we learn from this movie, do you think?
Oh, I've learned that I would potentially make an excellent cliff diver as long as I gauge the distance.
I learned that horse tranquilizers are an effective aphrodisiac. Or is it dog tranquilizers? Dog tranquilizers.
A horse tranquilizer might kill a man David Spade size.
And age.
Yes, also that one. Oh, he is getting older, isn't he?
He's like 55.
Yeah.
It's like 20 years older than Lauren Lapkus.
It does make them an odd pairing.
Yeah, you kind of got over it as you watched the movie, though.
It's because they got it out of the way early.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I didn't spend the whole movie going, wow, David Spade's a lot older than Lauren Lapkus.
Yes. Also, it helps that they didn't make her, like, 10 times hotter than him, right? Because then you're like, why? Why is she with him?
Yeah, and even the other girl that he met was still closer to his age because she looked like she was probably in her 40s or something.
Yeah, she was respectably closer to his age, and this lady is just straight up nuts. So, like, you get where the equalizers are.
Yeah. Oh, he's a little older. Well, she's batshit crazy, and she's an
Right.
older woman.
Yep.
So I guess it all evens out.
Yep.
Yay.
Yep. You can either date somebody within your age group, or you can date the lady that twerks on you at your boss's beach party.
Hey, when we get older, we gotta make some compromises.
Yeah, I guess we do.
Oh, yeah. When I get older, I'm just gonna probably date some people who are a little rough around the edges.
Who pop your ankle back into the socket right after they meet you and pop under your toilet stall when you're a man, so you know if you're in there, you're probably taking a poop.
Anything to date younger women, baby.
I'm gonna start carrying a giant knife in my purse.
My God, you're gonna get arrested.
Yeah, for sure.
So did you learn anything?
Yeah, in America, people look at you crazier when you pull out a big knife from your purse than if you were to pull out a small gun.
Well, I guess that's true enough. For some reason, the bigger knife looks a lot stranger than the gun.
Right? And how terrible is that?
Probably because the knife is so cartoonishly huge.
It's hilarious. It's an excellent knife.
It looked like it belonged in a Looney Tunes cartoon. It was so damn big. It looked like something Daffy Duck will pull out against Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. Oh, I learned one more thing.
What?
Hellstar is someone you pull out on the second date, not the first.
Oh, I learned that three-ways always end in tremendous physical violence.
Yes, well, you don't get into a three-way if you're not ready for some physicality.
Nah, you don't get involved in a three-way unless you're ready to take a couple of headbutts
Yep.
and a kick to the face.
Yep. You gotta be a headbutt slut.
But in some circles, that's just called foreplay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. To each their own.
Indeed. So what's your final rating for the Wrong Missy?
I would give it 1 cliff dive, 2 dog tranquilizers. Did Missy even have a dog?
I don't remember her ever mentioning a dog in this movie. She just had dog tranquilizers for some reason, and I have no idea where the hell she got them. I thought she might bring up that she was a vet or something.
Yeah.
I'm certified in dog medicine or whatever.
Dog medicine. Yeah. All right. I give it 1 cliff dive, 2 mysterious dog tranquilizers, and a kickin' disco dress.
Yeah. I give this movie a handstand over the balcony and under the sheet hand job on a plane. And
Very sexy.
oh yeah, totally. And then a shadowy lemon out the ass. Yeah,
Digging deep.
indeed. Deep and stingy. Feel the burn.
Oof. Citrus.
This is a pretty good movie, guys. I really enjoy this one, and I recommend that you watch it because it's a lot of fun.
It really is. I haven't laughed that hard in a while, and we all need a laugh right now.
This movie's actually really good. I'm kind of surprised that it got, like, initially it was like 25% or some shit on Rotten Tomatoes, and then it went all the way up to 37 right now. It's getting better ratings, but it's still really low.
Yeah. You know what I think happened? It got Wonder Woman'd.
Yeah, that's probably what happened here, because even though Wonder Woman got good reviews, a bunch of people got all pissy on the audience reviews and started giving all kinds of negative reviews, and the same thing happened to Captain Marvel.
Yeah, they just don't like that it's female-led and that she's funny and successful.
And Captain Marvel wasn't a tremendous movie or anything, but it wasn't a bad movie either.
They just can't stand to share the spotlight.
Yeah. This was actually a really funny movie. It had some pacing issues maybe, but
Yeah.
you can't complain too much about it because everything in the movie makes sense and everything follows, and it's not overly long.
Right. And you have such a fun time that you don't care that there's a little bit of a pacing problem and maybe a couple of plot holes. Like, it's so funny that you forgive it easily.
Yeah.
I would forgive this movie for shitting on my porch.
I would forgive it for accidentally hitting me in the balls.
Right?
Accidental crotch shot, forgiven.
That is...
This movie gets 1.
Wow. That is intense. That's true love.
Yeah. I really, really thought a lot of Laura Lapkus in this. I kind of hope that she shows up in more stuff soon because I haven't really seen her in anything except Orange is the New Black. And I don't even know if I've seen her anyplace else.
Yeah, I don't know.
She hasn't been in that much.
No, and hopefully this will change that.
Well, now that she's part of the Sandler posse, I guess she's going to show up in a lot more stuff.
Yes! I love it. I love a raunchy bitch.
Then again, you never know. Who knows what's going to happen with Laura Lapkus, because there's been a couple of actresses that have showed up in Adam Sandler's things, and sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. Mm-hmm. Jennifer Aniston is in the posse.
Mm-hmm.
And she's actually made movies that are better for Adam Sandler.
Right? Adam Sandler doesn't strike me as a sexist, so...
No, he doesn't really scream it.
He seems like, since it's hopefully doing well, and people are hopefully not going to troll it that bad, that it'll do well, and he'll invite her back. But there's some sort of angry Reddit thread right now about how David Spade is a beta cuck who let Lauren Lapkus have all the good lines.
Yeah, that's pretty much what was going on in the reviews for Rotten Tomatoes, where they were bitching about how none of David Spade's traditional snark is here.
Because he was playing the straight man.
I know. He wasn't playing that character. He was playing a different character.
Right?
Take it easy, dude.
And he's got, the real clean-cut look, so it works. And he's able to keep a straight face, so it's funny. And he's able to give the camera that look that not every actor can pull off without just seeming like Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. I hate Jimmy Fallon. I've never liked him.
Ouch.
Wish Jimmy Fallon would just fall off a bridge or some shit.
Jesus Christ.
That's how much I dislike Jimmy Fallon.
I don't have any strong feelings about Jimmy Fallon.
I just really, really think he's not funny.
Okay. I feel like we've had that conversation before, actually. This sounds familiar.
Really? Well, I guess
I don't remember how it came up, but yes, I feel like we've had this before.
Well, I'm not going to beat a dead horse then, and you already know my feelings about Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
Yeah.
But this movie is not terrible, so go watch it, guys.
Oh, for sure. This movie is hilarious.
Oh, man. You're going to have a good time, I promise. And if you don't, well, I don't know. Fuck off.
Get some popcorn and pee beforehand so you don't pee yourself. And try not to get your neighbor wandering out to see what's going on.
I actually laughed so hard the first time I watched this, I farted and I thought I shat myself.
You've got such a loose butthole. That is not the first time that has happened to you.
Yeah. There was this one time we were reviewing Sweet November and I was laughing so hard that I farted and I thought I pooped.
Oh my god, yeah. Did you pause it to go check?
Yeah, I think we had to pause the recording. And I had to go check my pants.
Yeah, because you're like, oh god, I think I might have pooped myself. And I just laughed, and then you're like, no, seriously, I think I might have pooped myself. And I'm like, oh god, go check them. Why are you still sitting here?
Yeah, that's how funny this movie was that I almost pooped myself. Which happens with alarming regularity, it turns out.
He's not kidding about alarming.
Oh, excuse me. Well, soulmates, that's about all the time we've got for The Wrong Missy. Hope you guys check this one out, because it's a lot of fun. Next time on An Unfortunate Case of Movie, we're going to watch another Adam Sandler movie, because we're going to be doing some Adam Sandler in lockdown.
Yes!
It was a hard decision to make, but then after watching Ridiculous 6, after watching The Wrong Missy, I decided, you know what? We need some more Adam Sandler in our lives.
Yes, and so third time's the charm.
And the next movie we're going to watch is You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Yeah!
Oh, God, I've had a hard time watching this movie all the way through, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen You Don't Mess with the Zohan in one straight shot.
Right? Adam Sandler, don't tease me.
Ooh, shut up!
You've just gotta cut to the chase.
You're gonna blow it.
Stop hanging out on the fringe of society.
Just trim the bullshit, Astrid. Oh, man. The first time I ever tried watching this movie was in a hotel room, and I just couldn't do it anymore. I watched like maybe a third of it and said, oh, God, it's time to go to bed.
Because Adam Sandler's just blowing hot air.
And I think I tried to watch this another time while I was just lying in bed going, wow, this movie really blows. Fun fact, this is the movie where Adam Sandler got in the best shape of his life.
Oh, yeah. He did look good in this, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And we're going to find out how good next time on Unfortunate Case of Movie. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Or, well, thanks for listening, I guess I could say. And until next time, with love from us to you, bye-bye.
Bye.